Have you ever felt that whisper in your soul calling you to something more, but all the things spinning around in your mind have kept you stuck? Well, what if I told you that choosing excellence could be both easier and more adventurous than you could ever imagine? I am Chelsea DeBruin-Colbert, your host of All Things Excellence. I'm a soul catalyst for excellence who leapt off that corporate cliff and left small-town Iowa farm life in my 20s to follow my calling, helping women come home to themselves by anchoring into who they're designed to be. I create sacred containers where women rediscover their truth, design their dream life, and transform those whispers into action. Now you can find me running my business from the soccer sidelines as a coach's wife, hiking my favorite Arizona mountain, or back in Iowa with my family, or on an adventure chasing my next sunrise, hot cup of coffee and journal in hand. Through intimate conversations about the stories, the traumas, and the transformations behind choosing excellence, we're creating a collective healing journey together. I believe in diving deep into personality designs, experimenting boldly, and learning life's greatest lessons through our beautiful chaos. Every week, my guests and I are going to rip down the curtains so you can see behind the scenes of real transformation as we explore what excellence actually looks like. Not just the highlight reel, but that messy middle where the magic happens. Whether you're seeking inspiration to take that leap or already on your journey and craving connection, this is your invitation to join us. So grab your coffee, settle in, and get ready to discover just how close you are to the life your soul is calling you to create. This is All Things Excellence. Hello, All Things Excellence fam. I have an extra special treat for you here today. Today, I am talking to Judy Willodson, and she is the CEO and founder of Beneve. And y'all, they offered not just a really incredible product, which I've heard you have personally experienced incredible results with, right? I've seen her before and after. But also prior to starting this company, you were a top 20 earner globally in the network marketing space, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So the reason why I want to tell you all just a second why I had to feature Judy on All Things Excellence. I have watched a few of my friends partner with your company, and I've known them for several years, and I've watched a new sense of joy return to their face, but then also elevate at a level that I've never known them to have. My friend Christine, a few episodes back for us, she was raving how she'd watched you since 2017 and how she was at this event in 2017 and didn't even know who you were and how you were the person that was cooking and cleaning. And then she quickly figured out that you were probably the top leading person there, which if you're listening and you don't know a lot about the direct sales space, about the network marketing space, it would be the equivalent of like a VP or a president in the kitchen cooking or cleaning. And instead of just sitting there on the couch, like everyone should be doting to them. So I knew that I had to have you on here the way everyone spoke about you and just the impact that I'd started seeing friends in my life have from you. So first, I want to welcome you.
Thank you, Chelsea. It's an honor to
Yeah,
be, really.
yeah. And then let's start from the beginning. On All Things Excellence, we love talking about the stories. We love talking about the stories of what actually got you here. So I know we've already talked about you are a fellow former Midwesterner, originally from the cold. Yes, from Minnesota. Now you live in the beautiful Puerto Rico, where it's beautiful and tropical, sometimes in Florida. So let's start from the beginning. You originally were in wholesale furniture and interior design, correct?
Yes,
Yes. Okay.
absolutely. Loved it.
And what took you from there? What took you from there into the network marketing space? Like, why did you get started in it? What was the first thing that you kind of started doing with that?
Actually, kind of an interesting little story, Chelsea, because while my husband and I were in the wholesale furniture distributing business, my father-in-law, who's very, very loves to talk to people from Iowa, so that's where Mark
Oh,
Smith is from, and he comes to the office one day and
yeah.
he's like, "Oh, you got to meet this gentleman. He's from a small town in Iowa and he's built this incredible business. It's network marketing." I had no idea what that was, right?
Mm-mm.
And they were these magnets, and you step on them and they give you more energy. You just got to take a look at this. You can make a lot of money. He lives in a small town, and he's making X amount of dollars per month. And we're like, okay, well, yeah, we'll take a look. And so
This
we
is
met
a
with
while
him
ago, right? Like this is a minute ago.
over 30 years ago.
So 30
Yeah.
years ago, network marketing was not a word anyone knew. So it was this foreign job, and you're standing on these magnets. It's giving you more energy, and he's
Yes.
making a ton of money doing it.
Yes. Yes. Making a ton of money doing it from a really small town of maybe 300 people. We're like,
That's what I'm going to say.
okay,
People don't realize what small town Iowa means. We're talking 300 people, and the nearest Walmart is 45 minutes away.
right, right.
Right?
The only big store in the town, right?
Yes.
So we met with this gentleman and
Yeah.
I stood on these magnets, but what really got me, Chelsea, was the concept of it. Because what I understood about network marketing was
Yeah.
back in the 80s where my brother drew circles. It was the Amway back then.
Yes.
And he would draw circles and he was like, oh, you just do this, and that. Well, I never understood it, right? Never really
Yeah.
cared about it. I just
Hmm.
knew that you had to go out there and work for a living, work hard to make money.
Hmm.
But when I
Hmm.
got bitten by the concept where I learned that you could actually leverage your time and make money versus, should I say
Hmm.
living from paycheck to paycheck and working hard. So
Yeah.
that concept just really that bit me, that got me right there. I'm like, wow, I could leverage my time instead of trading my time. Wow.
Yes.
Okay, let me really
Yes.
look at this. So
Yes.
that's what got me right there.
Oh my gosh. I love that. I think I've talked about it before in here that I grew up in the direct sales space. And so as an adult, I have a really hard time understanding why people trade time for money and why you would want to work a job that when you leave that day, you don't keep getting paid on it.
Yeah.
Just because I grew up in that network marketing, like it doesn't make sense to me that you would work for a job like that.
Right?
So when that came to you, I understand completely why you went it was the concept. You were like,
Yeah.
yes, the magnets are cool, but it's really this concept. So
Yes.
that's where you got your first start, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
was that immediately a perfect fit for you, or did you have to try out a couple companies to find that? Because sometimes people leap into an experience right away and they love it and they're lifers. And
Yes.
sometimes I think people have to give themselves the opportunity to try on a few different things to see which one fits them the best.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I actually went to my first network marketing event. They have
Yeah.
regionals, conventions, all that stuff. And
Yeah.
I was in the audience. I was just brand new. It was just my husband and I. And I was watching all these people walk across the stage and getting these
Yeah.
big paychecks and sharing stories of how it's changed their life and everything. And for me, I was so excited. I was like that one person out there saying, wow, can I really do this? But
Yeah.
I really wanted to talk with somebody who had
Yeah.
walked across the stage. And so my first experience, Chelsea, was not really good because here I
Mm.
am, this person who's so
Mhm.
excited
Yeah.
and I'm like beaming and just wanting to like just hear it all, right? So I walk up to the gentleman, which was my
Yeah.
first experience, and I went to reach out and shake his hand and introduce myself. And when I did that, he pushed me and shoved me aside and kept walking. So you can only imagine how I felt. I
Yeah.
felt like, what was wrong with me? What did I do?
Yeah.
Was I not good enough? What was it? What happened? Because he made me feel like dirt. He really did.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So I vowed that day,
Mhm.
even not even experiencing network marketing
Mm.
with the 30 years that I've gotten to experience it, but I vowed that day that I would never, ever make anyone feel the way
Like
he
that.
made me feel.
So that I'm going to read a quote to y'all. You don't know I have this. I asked my friend Christine if she could just give me a little quote about what she loves most about you, like why she loves you most. And I think that story is the setup for this because she said, I met Judy in 2017 at a leadership retreat. I'll never forget sitting outside with her for over 3 hours as she poured into me with wisdom, humility, and truth. At the time, I had no idea who she was, and she never led with that title, only with heart. Judy is the definition of a servant leader. She operates with integrity, honesty, and a fierce commitment to doing what's right, even when it's hard. So when she launched this company, I knew without hesitation that this was it because everything rises and falls with leadership. And with Judy at the helm, I knew this company would not just be different, but it would change the industry. So it was that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, what I can say about this industry, Chelsea, is the
Yeah.
most incredible thing about this industry is the people.
Yeah.
The worst thing about the industry, right?
Is the people.
It is the people.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when you can
Yeah.
truly believe in someone more than they believe in themselves,
Mm,
you can move people.
yeah. And I think that I always pray that people give it the grace because my thing is when you I was actually talking to a friend earlier this morning how her sister had given a network direct sales opportunity a try and something randomly bad happened. Like literally like the AC went out and the products that she had were ruined and so she quit that day and I thought that's so interesting because very fluke. I had my stuff with me multiple times. My car got broken into in two completely different states and everything stolen out. I had my job fired. I was fired from my job the first day before I went through my ever convention. And never once ever did I ever think about things that got in my way or things like that or people that hurt me. I never once thought of that as a reason to quit, but as an opportunity to dig in. And I don't know, maybe I have too much tenacity for my own good, but I just think about if you would have let that one incident with that man decide how your entire future in that industry was going to be. I mean, where you'd still be selling furniture.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
would probably still be selling furniture or interior design and, doing
Yeah.
all the things that I love to
Yeah.
do.
You did love it. Yeah. But in
Yeah.
Minnesota, maybe where it's colder.
Yeah, where it's colder. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
not
I'm
that
glad.
that doesn't bless people, but I think now you've globally blessed hundreds of thousands of people, and the impact is just a little bit different.
Yes.
And you
Oh,
just
it's
felt
much
that,
more different.
right?
Absolutely.
You just felt
Yes.
that. So,
Yeah.
did you stay with that company for a little bit, or did you end up going?
Yes. Yeah. So
Yeah,
stayed with the company
yeah,
and been with several different companies, Chelsea. But
yeah.
what happened in the process
Mm-hmm.
was that I really got to peek behind the red curtain and
Mm-hmm.
experience. And I say experience because I experienced a lot of the things
Yeah.
and that this industry can actually offer you in a good way and then
Mm-hmm.
take away from you on the
Mm-hmm.
not so good side, right?
Yeah.
And so being able to peek behind the curtain and really getting to see from
Mm-hmm.
the top, from the leadership, from the ownership,
Yeah.
from, all the things that, we love about this industry and that we would want to believe that is truly real about the industry. And when you
Absolutely.
see behind the curtain, you see it really is not that.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's the ego, it's the narcissist, it's
Mm-hmm.
it's that need of significance, and it's really
Mm,
more about the end dollar than it is about the people. Because
absolutely.
the reality of network marketing is about the relationships that you build
Mm-hmm.
and the
Yes.
people that follow you, who know you, like you, and trust you. We almost left this industry, Chelsea, because of that.
Mm,
That's why
yeah.
Beneve was created, was because of all those experiences,
Mm-hmm.
the good, the bad, the ugly. But like you
Mm-hmm.
said, that tenacity, that drive, that passion, because I knew that God put me on this earth for a bigger purpose, and
Yeah, he
that was
did.
to serve others. And this industry is the best industry that I know that I
It truly is because it gives you for me growing up, I've personally experienced as a child, I watched it create an explosion of confidence in my own mom. And then for a living, that's what she did. She celebrated and built confidence in other women. And I think that it is that industry that allows you to do that. It allows you to have this trial and error thing where you have people in a community alongside you to build the best, most confident version of yourself. And so for y'all, that was one question I had because when I was talking to Christine about you, I said my favorite thing about her is that at the bottom line, I can tell that Judy cares about people over a product. And I think we find a lot in life because the world is full of fame and fortune and full of people that want to, make their name great. And you are very much a lead from behind person.
yeah, absolutely. A truly,
Yeah.
truly lead. I am
Yeah.
not the stage person. I'll get
Mm-mm.
on stage and I'll do the things that I need to do, but I am that mother
Yeah.
more that wants to push my little chicklings out of the nest and let them
Yeah.
fly and let them see the greatness that is within them. And the
Yeah.
only way that you can do that is to lead from the back.
Hmm. So obviously you had wild success before you started Beneve. You had
Yep.
no reason, right? You had no reason at all that you needed to. You could have retired happily for the rest of your life early, lived great, invested well, had a great life. So what did it come down to for you where you went, I don't need to launch a company, but I absolutely feel God calling me to launch a company? And what caused you to do that? And what were 3 to 5 things that you knew had to be different because of experiences that you had had?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
For me, it was, like I said, we almost left this industry. And for me, it was the people. It
Hmm.
was the people who trusted me, who were loyal to me. And it was the
Mm.
industry in a whole. I saw that it needed to be fixed. We
Yeah.
had to create this platform that hopefully other companies would see that
Hmm.
it should never be about the end dollar. It should be about the
Agreed.
people because without the people, there is no
Hmm.
business, there is no company.
Agree.
And so my heart just couldn't allow me to retire because it was for the people.
Yeah.
It was to create a home where you could feel valued, where you could be heard, where you
Hmm.
could be appreciated, where
Hmm.
you could be loved, and where you could build something that you could
Yeah.
finally say, I'm home.
Yeah.
I feel safe
Yeah.
and I'm appreciated and I'm heard.
Yeah.
And I think that to me was the core value of why I was doing what I was doing,
Yeah.
was because of that foundation that I needed to create for the people to have a place that they could come to.
Yeah. So it really was that. There wasn't about, I've got this product, I need to promote it. I think it'd be great. I think it'll make me $1 zillion. There's no way that I can leave the industry here where it's at. And I feel like God
Yes.
has called me to create change.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
That's so
And
beautiful.
the things that I think you asked me about the 5 things
Yeah.
that that
You
really
just
that I
had
had
to
to
be
do
different.
different, that had to
Yeah.
be different. Well,
Yes.
so the biggest thing was there had to be a community
Mm.
of servant leaders
Amen.
who wanted to help other people in
Hmm.
whatever it is that they were looking for. See, I
Absolutely.
believe that you need to meet people where they're at. Not everybody is in the same season, right?
Hmm.
Some people want to come in and make 500 to $1,000. Some
Hmm.
people want to come in and make tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Hmm.
And some people just want to be a part of a community where they feel that they're special,
Yeah.
where they feel like there's something, part of something that's bigger than themselves.
Hmm.
And so that was something that was number one on my list. Number
Which is
two,
huge. I think that's huge for a second to realize, because I do think one place that people can get just a little with the network marketing industry in general is they're like, hey, I really, really just love this cortisol coffee stuff. And I just kind of want to order it for myself. And I think that the people at work might buy it from me, and maybe some of my family members and my neighbors. Like I'm not really quite sure. And I think that if we can meet them where we're at, meet them where they are at and let them come in like that and experience it, or people, like you said, people that just want to be a part of a community, and then allow them to grow within that.
yeah. And
Hmm.
show them a way, show them that
Hmm.
it's possible for
Yeah.
them. And
Yeah.
it's not just about, and that's where we created the affiliate side and then the team building side, if that's what you wanted to do, because some people just want to come in and get their product, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And when you create products that are effective, that you feel
Hmm.
within 15 minutes. So I don't know if you had an opportunity to try them, but we tell everyone, be careful because this stuff is powerful.
It is.
Some people don't
because
listen.
because there is 2 different ways. There's a few different products, but kind of the
Yes.
flagship product is there is a coffee, and then there's a light version of it, and then
Yes.
there, if you don't want to drink coffee, there is the wild berry flavor of it,
Watermelon
right?
berry. Yeah.
Yeah, the watermelon berry. There we go. And we do have it because Christine sent it to us, and my husband is obsessed with it.
Oh, God.
I'm not,
It's a
he goes, oh, you get to talk to that lady as he's grabbing one out of the pantry. You get to talk to the coffee lady today? Yes, I'm talking to the coffee. You tell her I love her coffee.
Oh, tell him I said thank you. That's amazing. But when you really hear the
Yeah.
stories, Chelsea,
Yeah.
of what it has done for people,
Hmm.
and I mean, just having that extra energy to get up and do the things, because life is hard. It
It
really
is.
is,
It
right?
is. It is.
And to have that focus to be able to get things done, to spend
Hmm.
more time with your children. I
Hmm.
mean, just the every day-to-day things that this product can help you with is pretty incredible. But to
So
create
what?
those products was important
Yeah,
for us to have something that people felt yesterday.
that's because that's what I wondered. So on the things that had to be different, creating this product, because you knew that you had to have this business, you knew that you had to create this for this space to make a difference. But what caused you to choose this specific? What caused you to choose the wellness industry, coffee, electrolytes, the supplements? What drew you to that?
So the last company before this one, when I was in the
Yeah,
field building,
yeah, yeah.
we went to a company that had this coffee.
Okay.
And we built that company very organically,
Mm,
and it blew up overnight because
mm-hmm,
it was this incredible coffee that had nootropics. And then, unfortunately, about a year and a half later,
mm-hmm.
the FDA banned that ingredient that was in the coffee. And
Yep.
so we kind of went on this quest because we not only wanted to save the company, we wanted to keep all of our distributors together, right? We had created this incredible company that
Yeah.
from the ground up, it was organically, it was about just inviting people in to take a look and sample something that they felt very quickly. So we knew there was power behind that. But what
Mm-hmm.
it did to change people's lives, that's what kept us on that path, is to
Yeah.
create something that was natural that we wouldn't have to worry about. And that's why we went on this
Mm,
quest to do it. And of course, it didn't work out for us to stay there. So,
yeah.
we went on to another company and it didn't work out there. And that's when we finally said, okay, enough is enough. It's time to do this on our own.
Yeah. I love that. I think that's a testament, though, to embracing every season of our journey, every part of our journey, because every single part of that was preparing you for where you are now. Even that
Exactly.
man over 30 years ago who pushed you aside.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
100%. And you know what I would
Yeah.
tell you? I would do it 100,000 times over again
I
and
love that.
experience all those things, because
Absolutely.
there's the good that you have to see in all of the things that happen so
Absolutely.
that the greater comes. And that's what's
Mm.
happened for us.
I love that. The good you have to see so the greater will come.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Okay, so what were a few other things that you knew when you started this company had to be different? First of all, the community of servant leaders. You knew that you had to create this space where those three different types of people could come in, feel good, feel at home, and
Yep.
feel that the level that they're choosing to buy in at is great. And I would say like all in can look like just being a part of the community. That can be
Yes.
someone's level of all in. So,
Yep.
what were a couple other things that were just non negotiables for you as you were starting this company?
The compensation plan.
Mm,
That was very, very important to us. And so we actually turned the compensation plan inside out, upside down, on all four sides, 180 degrees. And that was to pay out the field 65% and corporate take 35%. I
saw
know,
that.
crazy, right?
Yes.
And how we could honestly really do that is to really be tight with corporate, number one, to really
Hmm.
be tight with the money that you spend. It's not about the fancy
Hmm.
cars, the big buildings, the shiny this and the shiny that. It's about paying the people who are out there building this
Hmm.
company with you, not for you, but with you. Because I believe everyone that comes in, we're partners. We do this together. And so the compensation plan was huge because we want people to get paid for what they do.
Yeah. And my thing with that is if someone's listening and going, well, did that affect the pricing of the product? I can attest that it is across the board, just because I've tried a lot of things from a lot of people, I can say across the board, when I was telling my husband, uh, at the end of the day, I think it's just a consumer. It's like less than $2.50 for a serving, which is crazy because we have this other product that we used to take. And I'm like, dude, it's like $8 for a simple single serving now. Like, this is ridiculous. They like tripled the price. They slashed what the compensation was that our friends were making. Like, this is so ridiculous. And so I want people listening to know that you're giving a 65% profit to your sales force in the field, not at the detriment to the customer at all.
At
That
all.
it's I think it's the product itself is beautifully priced. My husband obviously loves it. It's very competitive to his $7 his $7 Starbucks latte. So I did point that out to him. I was like, you can drink this many of your lattes by just making this at home, and you love it just as much.
Right.
And then the health effects that come with it.
Oh gosh. It's so you know my story.
Yes.
I've been
Okay. Tell them your story with
yes.
this coffee.
So before, of course, the coffee and Beneve, I
Mhm.
was struggling. I had a lot
Mm.
of the wonderful symptoms that we women get when we get to be a certain age. I'm 61. And so going through that, all the things that we women get and weight gain, of
Yes.
course.
Yes.
And then started on this journey with really just our Elevate coffee. I did the light coffee, I did the Power of Three, and then I did the watermelon berry as a pre-workout. And I started walking.
Okay.
Really, I did like a half a mile. And let me tell you what, Chelsea, I thought I was going to die. Half a mile, right?
So now that
How out of
now you have your
shape
bike
I
in the back.
was. Yeah. So that turned into 1 mile, turned into 2 miles, turned into 3 miles, all the way up to 6 to 8 miles a day. And now today, and I've kept it off for a year now, I lost 92 pounds.
Oh my gosh. So you really started this company because you knew that you were being called to do this. You found this product because a similar type of product had been revolutionary before, really helped build
Yes.
a community organically. And then as this is happening, as this company is launching off the ground, because you've been off the ground now for a couple of years, you're
Yes.
obviously taking your own product.
Oh, yes.
You lose 92 pounds, you gain boatloads of energy, and you
Yes.
are able to keep it off,
Yes. It's
which is
amazing. I
huge.
will not go a day without it. No,
Yeah.
no, no. I love it so much.
Oh, my husband doesn't even know that yet. He lives to work out, wakes up at 4:10 in the morning, works out. But here we are, we're both in this 40-ish thing, which if you're listening and you haven't hit 40, just so you know, it's coming for you because it's coming for you. There is this thing between 40 and 60. You don't have to have kids. It's just your body
Yes.
starts doing things differently. I
Yeah.
thought 30 was a trip, and then you hit 40 and you're going, this is so weird. They talk about how what was in your behind is now in your gut, and I'm going,
Yes.
this is a real thing. And so this product, which has really great, wonderful, clean ingredients, because that was big for me. I said to Christine, I said, I'm crazy. A crazy person with these ingredients. So how clean is this? I'm not going to be taking any wild, crazy chemicals. So tell me about this. So great, clean ingredients has just had massive results for you, but a ton of other people as well.
The stories are just the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of stories
Yeah.
that we hear every single day from people.
Yeah.
That just hits me right here.
Yeah.
That's I wake up every morning. I have purpose. I know
Mhm.
what God put me on this earth to do, and that
Yeah.
was to serve others.
Yeah.
But when you literally jump out of bed every single day with
Mhm.
excitement
Mhm.
because you know that you're touching someone's life in whatever way that may be, with the
Mhm.
story, with the product, with the business opportunity, with the community, whatever that is, it just
Yeah.
makes you want to get up every single day
Yeah.
and do it again.
And I think it's such an easy shareable product.
So easy.
It's
Over
so easy.
400 million people drink coffee every single day. It's a
Yeah.
transfer spend. That was the other thing. That was one of the other things that was important for me as well,
Yeah.
Chelsea, was it had to be affordable to the consumer, but it also had to be a
Mhm.
transfer spend because
What does
we
that
didn't
mean?
want
Say transfer
a
spend.
transfer spend, meaning that they don't have to take extra money out of their pocket to spend it on something that they're not already taking. You drink coffee every
Oh,
day. Most,
yeah.
or if you don't, you're drinking
Yeah.
some sort of energy drink.
You're drinking something, which is where the watermelon berry comes in.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Or you're taking
Okay.
some type of supplement.
You're doing
So that's
something.
what a
Yes.
transfer spend is. So if I
Yeah.
can save a consumer money and it's a transfer spend, they're
Okay.
just they're just spending the money already on what they're taking.
Yeah.
So why
Yeah.
not spend it on something that's going to help them even more?
It's really like an expense swap, honestly. Expense
Yeah.
swap. And if your husband loves Starbucks like mine, in girl math, you're actually making money. So
You're making money. We get to buy them extra clothes that we like.
yes. When I did the math, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Let's see, about $2.50 a serving. Wow, I can get this is three Starbucks lattes
I
or
know.
three of them. Yeah.
Goodness,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't believe that. That's what I found was the craziest thing as a consumer going, she has created a really highly effective, wildly affordable product that is also benefiting other people. And I think I was reading an article the other day about millennials in general and how apparently they're saying that, they're the gig generation. And so, a lot of our listeners are in this 25 to 60-ish year old range. And I'm just going to tell you, it's very easy to share. Where because I love Christine so much, every time I catch my husband Kobe grabbing one out of the closet, out of the pantry, I'm like snapping a photo of him or videoing him, making it again. I'm like, here he is again, stealing my stuff, drinking my coffee. So I just want people to know that as well, that it's delicious, but it's also just easy to share into your life. You don't have to feel like you're gonna take on some other huge thing because one, you're already drinking coffee. So two, you might just take a photo or a video of yourself
Yeah.
making your coffee,
Yep.
which is not that hard. We're taking photos of our lattes, our overpriced lattes that we're buying anyway. So just take a
Exactly.
photo of this one instead, and share it. And so I think that's incredible. One other thing I know about the things that you decided had to be different that I want to bring up that Christine had raved about, though, was this was something I didn't even know was a thing, but in this company, you made sure that everyone was starting from the beginning, like, no special treatment. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. That was one of
Yeah.
the things. There was no way that I was even going to consider it
Yeah.
in the industry. A lot of
Mhm.
people will go to another company and they're going to want some sort of compensation, a bridge or whatever that might look like. But for me,
Mhm.
I never would have ever accepted it, even if I was offered something like that,
Yeah.
because my belief is that I believe everyone should have an even level playing field and
Mm.
everybody should have the same opportunity to grow their business in the
Yeah.
same way. There should be no
Yeah.
special deals at all.
I love that.
And so that's what we've always said. And I've had many come to me and I'm sorry, but we don't do that here.
Yeah.
I believe everyone should come in the same exact way, should be able
Mhm.
to build the same exact way. Whether I joke about this, Chelsea, and I call it the Triple Crown Galactica of the Stars, and you have 500,000 people that are on your team. I think that's amazing, wonderful, great. Congratulations. But
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. You're going to start
Yeah.
the same way everybody else does. And I just think that's the way it should be.
Agreed. I didn't even know it was a thing. And so when Christine and the girls who I became friends with were sharing with me how in other places in the network marketing industry, people can get plugged into spots, which I think then
Yeah.
gives people this bad feeling, this bad flavor where it's not an even playing field, like you were saying, and they just don't feel like it's competitive. They feel like it's impossible to win in the way that other people are winning because they can't actually see themselves in their shoes, right? I mean, and yes, they did build at one time, but in this specific space, it's not the same. For you to do that, I mean, that goes back to the very beginning as to why you had to start this in the first place, that you knew that you were being called to fix the industry and to fix some of these funky things that had become the norm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Oh, beautiful. Is there anything else that you can think of when you think about things that had to be different? Is there any other one that comes to the top of your mind?
Yes. So I think the line that most people share in this industry is one team, one dream.
Mm.
And I think that was taken to a whole different level when it came to these companies that I was in, because whenever I
Yeah.
would hear that, that's
Mhm.
what people would love to see in a company, but it was
Mhm.
never ever presented that way. It was maybe it was presented that way in the beginning, but when you got in, it was like, wait a minute, there's all these cliquey groups going on here.
Yeah.
There's people wearing t-shirts. How about that new person that's
Mhm.
coming to an event that
Mhm.
is alone, that comes
Yeah.
in and sees all these people with team t-shirts on, or they have, their teams on this side or that side. I don't want that, and I don't allow it. So it is truly, when we talk about that in Beneve, one team, one dream,
Mhm.
it's a family. I don't
Yeah.
allow team t-shirts at our regionals or our conventions. I don't allow any VIP tables at the front where you're parading all the top ranks at the front. I
I love
believe
it.
that recognition is on stage. That's where we celebrate everyone. When you're in the audience, you're just like everyone else.
Mm. One
We're
team,
just
one dream.
equal.
Yeah.
One team, one dream, one big family who supports one another,
Yeah.
celebrates one another, appreciates one another, and loves one another like brother and sister.
Yeah. You have a lot of things where I think other companies, and it could be any company, right? It could be any corporation.
Sure.
They talk about a lot of who we are in theory, and you've really taken it into execution.
Oh, yes. When you really look at our
Yeah.
mission and what that stands
Yeah.
for,
Mhm.
Beneve is the meaning of Beneve is benevolent. And benevolent means to do good. And that's where our
People
mission
doing
statement
good
came in, of
together.
people doing good together. And that's what our mission is. But our vision is so much more bigger, Chelsea. It is
Yeah.
so huge. I wish I could kind of take everything out of here and just share it with you. That would take us a long time. Vision is so big, and I'm going to tell you this because you're going to get a good laugh about this. But I truly mean it, and I truly believe it.
Yeah.
I'm going to live to be the oldest living woman in the world
Hey, I
because I
believe you.
see the
Hmm.
Beneve vision of taking this company 60 years and beyond. To
Like,
see the lives that will be changed, the impact that will happen for the people who are here, who will come on this journey with us to create whatever it is that they want to create here, but to
mhm.
leave a legacy for their family.
Mhm.
Because at the end of the day, if I haven't made you laugh or smile or loved on you, then I haven't done my job.
Yeah. I love that.
It's pretty simple.
Yeah. I love that. I I do think that the world was just needing a leader like you,
Thank you.
you know? And we have to do things like start companies because that's what I know you don't need. You, of all people, do not need the spotlight. You are the first person to stand in the back of the room. You're the first person to serve someone else, to clean up, to fix the food. I've heard that over and over again about you. But I also think that those are the people that get called to that. They get called to those positions to change the world, to change the industry, because they already have that humility and they've already been through all those things. So I'm so grateful you said yes.
Yeah, I'm grateful I said
Yeah,
yes, and I'm grateful for the people that I have been blessed to be in my life to show
absolutely.
me, because I don't know everything, Chelsea,
Hmm.
but one thing I do know
Yeah.
and that I'm good at, and
Hmm.
that is loving on people and
Yeah.
really, really investing in people and who
Hmm.
they are.
Mm,
And
I
it's
love that.
important. It's really, really important for me to everybody that joins this company or comes into this company to know how special they are and how much
Yeah.
value they bring to our company.
Yeah. So, we always love talking about kind of closing out with a permission. So, if there could be a permission that you could give to any woman out there who has this dream to change her industry or take a leap, give something like Beneve or give Beneve a try, what is a permission that you would love to give her that would cause her to make that leap? Mm.
It's a really good question. And I would say is to look in the mirror and really look within yourself and see the greatness that God has given you and why you're here on this earth. And that is to provide whatever it is, greatness that you have within you. Believe in yourself. And if you don't, borrow that belief from me, because I'm telling you, you're amazing. You're incredible. You have greatness within you, and you need to go out there and shine.
I think that is why opportunities, especially Beneve, are wonderful for anyone, right? Anyone. You could be level 10 confident already, but you could have absolutely zero confidence. And I think that there are people that come into Beneve and they can explode to the top because they already have that level 10 confidence and they're ready to show up every day, serve the people in front of them, believe in the people before they can believe in themselves. But I think that it also is a beautiful space, it sounds like to me, where you don't have to have, you can have negative confidence and show up and be instantly surrounded by people who are ready to let you borrow theirs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. 100%.
Mm-hmm.
When you
Such a
can
safe
come into an organization, a company, whatever it is, and you have that foundation of women who support women, who truly, truly support women, right?
But
And
actually, not in theory, but in execution.
yes, that
Yes.
actually, yes, execute
Yes.
it, right? That, so for me, it's not about the words that you say. It's about the action steps you take. It's about walking the walk, because we can talk all day long, but unless you show the action, because that speaks louder than words.
Yeah. Agree. Okay. Is there anything else that you would love to share? If someone's listening to this, anything else that you would want them to know about you, your story, Beneve, anything?
Oh, well, it's hard to talk about yourself, Chelsea,
Especially you are the level of humility that you have.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Well, what I can say about me is the heart. I think that when you have a heart that leads with love, and it starts from the top of any company that you're looking at. So, what I can say here about Beneve is the heart and soul of this company is leading with heart, leading with passion, leading with purpose. And so if you're looking for a home where you can get all those things and feel really special and loved, because I think at the end of the day, I think we all want to feel special and loved and appreciated. You can do it here. You can have it all here at Beneve. You just have to take the first step.
I do think even the most secure, confident women still need to be seen.
Yes.
And acknowledged.
100%.
Right?
Yes.
I know there was Oprah had shared a long time ago. I read something where she shared like every single person, it didn't matter who it was at the end of her show, when they would get done and they would end, they would look at her and say, "How did I do?" Which just tells you it doesn't matter who this person is or how confident or how successful they are. They really are looking for people that say, you're loved, you belong, I see you, and you're incredible. Yeah, I believe that. Okay, so what is the best way for people to try Beneve's products, try the opportunity? If they don't know anyone that's a part of it, what is the best place for them to get started and to get connected with someone?
You can just send an email to support@beneve.com, or you can call our Beneve corporate office, and our customer service will help and connect you with somebody in your area and get you, pardon?
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Real simple. Yeah. Yes. Very, very simple. So it's support@beneve.com, like I said. And if you want our customer support number, you can literally email and you can talk with a live agent. So
awesome.
It's exciting. We're really excited for what's to happen here at Beneve. And if you're looking for a product that you can feel yesterday, then this is the product for you. I thank you so much, Chelsea. It's fun. It's fun just to actually really just chat with you and, just to share kind of girl talk. I love that.
Yeah. Thank you for coming on here and sharing your story and your passion for the industry and your passion for the product. And also, I think it doesn't matter who this person is that's listening today, just hearing that I the story of the man that pushed you aside in the very beginning is my favorite because you did not use it as a reason to leave and quit, but a reason to dig in and make sure that everyone else's experience was different.
Oh yeah,
And I think
100%.
that's the point. You never got bitter.
Ever.
You got better and you created an entire company around people doing good together.
Yes.
That's
Thank you.
beautiful. That's so
Thank
beautiful. Thank you for joining. You guys, we will put Beneve.com. We'll put the link down in the show notes. So if you want to go check out the products, check out the ingredients, you can email so you can get support at Beneve.com and you can get a personalized rep that will help you figure out the exact products for you if that's what you want to do. But Judy, thank you again for jumping on here, sharing your heart and your wisdom.
Thank you,
And
Chelsea. It's a
we are
pleasure.
praying for your company
Oh, thank you
because
so much.
there are so many women that need it. Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you, All Things Excellence fam, for listening. Tune in. Until next time. Thanks for listening to All Things Excellence. If something landed with you today, I'd love for you to follow the show, share it with a friend, or leave a quick review. It helps more women find these transformational conversations. And if you're ready for support with your next step, or needing someone to stand in the gap with you to figure out what that even is, I'd love to create that space for you, and my intro clarity call is a great place to start because life is too quick and too full to have to figure it out alone. Until next time, All Things Excellence fam, thank you for listening.